Hello, my loves. I miss and love you all so very much, and welcome to this video tutorial on continuing our paragraph learning lesson 2. So what is this lesson and skill all about? Well, we're going to continue our learning about paragraphs and improving our writing. We started a nice basis a couple of weeks ago, and you've been doing some practice, so we're just going to expand that. And why does this matter? Well, because when our ideas are grouped together, it's easier to read. That's basically what a paragraph is. And you're going to be writing paragraphs and essays for the rest of your academic career. So let's perfect some of our knowledge. Our learning goal is a little bit different this week. It is, I can write a well-structured paragraph with the claim and supporting details that answers the prompt. Now let's, 1, 2, 3, activate our schema. That means we're going to activate and think about our background knowledge. These are things that we already know to be true. We've already learned this. Paragraphs have 5 to 8 sentences. We always use formal and academic writing. Paragraphs begin each of the 5 to 8 sentences with a capital letter. Paragraphs have varied sentences, meaning don't make them all the same or similar wording, right? We looked at that before. I like ice cream. I like vanilla ice cream. I like vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup. Sorry, I fell asleep. That was so boring. You end each sentence with a period, sometimes a question mark or exclamation point, but not typically. And they're indented, aka you hit the tab on your keyboard or skip 5 spaces. Now, if you are like, I don't remember learning any of this, Miss Wheeler, then you need to go back and watch my first lesson on paragraphs, because we learned all of that. We also learned that we never use. You hear that? We never use. Here are some reasons. I, you, you're going to tell you, and those are some reasons. Oh, man, snooze fest. And it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. Ugh. Gross. Those are terrible. It's sloppy and lazy writing. We are better than that. So we already know we're not using any of that. Now, a little bit of review. We think of we think of paragraphs as hamburgers. The topic sentence is the top bun. It's one sentence that introduces the reader to the topic and states your claim or the paragraph subject. Then you've got your body, and each paragraph's body is going to look a little bit different. 3 to 5 sentences that give details and evidence to the claim or topic. Each sentence has a different supporting detail. You can use transitions to make it more readable. And then at the bottom is your closing sentence. It's the bottom bun, and you'll notice it's similar to the top bun, but it's not exactly the same. It is the sentence at the end of the paragraph to conclude the claim or topic and supporting evidence, and is always different than the topic. So we've got our topic sentence, 3 to 5 supporting or body sentences that are detail sentences, a conclusion or closing sentence. So really you're looking at 5 to 8 sentences. 5 to 8 sentences. That's hard to say. And if we think of them as hamburgers, right? The topic sentence is the bun. Then we've got supporting detail sentences 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the concluding sentence. Just putting it into a different visual for you. And here's another one. You can also think of your colorful vocabulary as your mustard, ketchup, and relish, where you're varying those sentences. You're not just starting them all to be exactly the same. It's just another way to look at a paragraph. Now we're going to take some more notes by hand on paper. You're going to pause the video when I say to pause it. It's not too much this time. You're going to write the notes down by hand into your writer's notebook. Why? Because we know that handwriting notes helps us better glue the information into our brains. So you have 2 choices. If you cannot find your old paragraph notes, start a new one and write paragraphs. Or if you can find them, amazing. You can just add on to that. Okay, so get ready to take some notes. You need paper, pen, or pencil. And I would ideally, you're using the notes on paragraphs you already took, but if not, that's okay. So pause the video if you need to go get your paper and pen, and we'll get started in just a second. So paragraph expectations part 2, we're adding on to what we already know. You're going to group sentences with the same topic together. Now what that means is if you're writing a paragraph all about why kids should have cell phones, that's all that you're writing about in that paragraph. You are not writing about what flavor of ice cream is best. You're just focused on the topic at hand. All the sentences that go together with the same topic are in the same paragraph. Do not start a new thought or put new details in your concluding sentence. Those new thoughts, new ideas, new supporting details, new evidence, those all are part of your body. Your concluding sentence sums it all up. It ties a nice, beautiful bow on it. You're not ending it with something new, because then your reader's like, is the paragraph over? I don't know what's going on here. Your topic and closing sentences should be differently worded, okay? It's kind of similar to when we were looking at answer and explain within our race paragraphs, but you're not going to write the same thing twice. That's boring to read. You have to vary it up. You have to add some spice. Do not start sentences with those, this, because, or and. It's lazy. It's lazy. Just don't do it. Because I said so. Is that good enough? Okay. I want you to use proper capitalization. This has been driving me bonkers bananas, which is why we did the capitalization brain pop, because some of this stuff is stuff you lovely people should already learn. Use proper capitalization. Not use I, you, me, your. Cross it out there. Say it again with me. Do not use I, you, me, or your. It's lazy and it's immature, and it takes away from the power of your writing. Trust me on this. I also want you to avoid using the word reason in your writing. Reason, it's lazy. Just take it out. Remove it from your vocabulary. Reread your writing out loud before you turn it in. It makes it easier for your reader to understand. Plus, you can catch errors that you might not see. We talk about this all the time. I am 35 and I still do this, right? I read my writing out loud before turning it in because I will not notice errors when I'm just reading it. But if I read it aloud, you notice them. Oops, I went too far. So pause the video, copy these down. Pause it, copy those down. Copy those bullet points. That's the only notes you have to take. Pause it, copy it down. You got it? Cool. Let's move on. So I want to do a little bit review of capital letters because, again, this is stuff you should have already learned in elementary school. And we've already been over it twice now, but this is a third time. So proper nouns are specific things, and they get to start with a capital letter. Names of people and pets. Miss Cousins. The M and the C get capital letters. Raleigh Fingers. My dog. The R and the F get capital letters. Places, cities, and countries. I'm not just talking about like the mall. The mall doesn't get a capital letter, but if you were to say Crossgates Mall, they get capital C and M. Countries, cities, Hudson would get a capital H. Days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know that. The word I, that always is capitalized when it's all by itself. You're driving me bonkers with lowercase i's. Not in this house. Holidays get capitals. The C in Christmas, the Y and K in Yom Kippur. The beginning of sentences. That should be a nice no-brainer, but some of us are still really struggling with that. Titles of books, movies, songs, TV shows. Brand names like Nike, Adidas, Vineyard Vines. Brand names, and sports teams names. The San Francisco 49ers, S and F are capitalized. Apps like TikTok and Instagram, the T's there and the I's are capitalized. Chapter titles. When you're doing chapter titles for Miss Cousins, those need to be capitalized. Stop losing points, y'all. You can do this. So things that don't get capitals, common nouns. They're generic names for people, places, and things, and they're not capitalized. They're not specific. They're not general, like a city, not capitalized. Hudson is a city. That is specific. That gets a capital. Titles when they don't come before a name. So, for example, Al Gore was vice president in 1996. The V and the P are not capitalized because they don't come before his name. Pronouns besides I, like she, he, they, us, her, not capitalized. Random words in the middle of sentences that are not proper nouns are not capitalized. Seasons like fall, summer, and spring, and ice cream flavors. Ask yourself, is this a specific thing or a general thing? And I know that can get a little confusing because like mint chocolate chip ice cream is specific, but it is not a proper noun. It is a common noun. Cool? Nice review? Awesome. Don't make any more of those mistakes. Now, we're going to analyze some paragraphs. Nobody wrote these. I wrote them as based on what I've been seeing some of you do. So think about as I read, what does this paragraph do well and what does it do poorly? Kids' cell phones, I think they should own them because they're fun and I can call my mom to pick me up McDonald's. A third lesson is that we can use them for school and stuff. Those are my reasons why I should get a cell phone. So what do you think? What does this rock at and what does it stink of? What do you think? Let's look. Well, there is a pro, which means a good thing, right? It's got the basic structure of a paragraph, right? It tries to write a title topic sentence, but it doesn't. It's not complete and it doesn't state this claim. Kids' cell phones is not a complete sentence, but at least it's a start. It all centers around the same topic about cell phones. But in our academic writing, we don't start sentences with because or and. We don't write those are some reasons, and we don't use I in our academic writing. It also needs stronger reasons for supporting detailed sentences. And I can call my mom to pick me up McDonald's. Okay. Does that really tell us why kids should own cell phones? I mean, it tells why this writer thinks that they should own a cell phone. Also, McDonald's would be capitalized M in the D there because it is a proper noun because it's a brand name. Also, use spell check. Did you notice reason is misspelled twice and McDonald's is lowercase? Ugh. And it doesn't really answer the prompt. The only reason is that we can use them for school. They're fun. Also, that's the wrong there. It needs to be THEY''RE because it means they are. This is not a good paragraph. It's a start, but it's doing all the things that we know to avoid. Let's look at another one. Mint chocolate chip is the best ice cream flavor. It is sweet and refreshing on a hot summer day or any time of year. Mint can actually settle upset stomachs, so it is like a delicious tasting medicine. The chocolate chips in that flavor add a wonderful crunch and provide the taste of chocolate without being too overwhelming. Additionally, it is available at most grocery store and ice cream shops, so you're likely to find it wherever you want. Okay, well, I do know that now I really want some mint chocolate chip ice cream because I wrote this. But what does it do well? What does it do poorly? Well, pros, good things. It follows all of our rules and fulfills the expectation. It's got formal academic writing. It's got grammatically correct sentences with proper capitalization and punctuation. The topic sentence clearly states the claim that mint chocolate chip is the best. And the supporting sentences and add details and reasons to support the claim. The con here, there's no closing sentence that wraps everything up. The last sentence in the paragraph is actually another supporting detail sentence, right? It's giving you new information. It needs a closing sentence that wraps everything up because right now it doesn't have it. What about this one? I'm gonna tell you why chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream from Stewart's is the best in the entire world. First, it's got pieces of cookie dough and the ice cream itself is cookie dough flavored. I mean, who wouldn't want more cookie dough in their life? Plus, it's cheap. Another reason is that ice cream is better than popsicles. I'm going to eat cookie dough now. Well, I mean, I agree. Chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream from Stewart's is really good, but this is a terrible paragraph. Let's look at why. Well, it does answer the prompt, and it has supporting details and generally follows the paragraph format, but it needs to be formal and academic. We're not going to use going to, I eat cookie dough now. I mean, come on. It doesn't use proper capitalization. If you put something in all caps, that means that you're yelling. We don't need that in our academic writing. It also needs stronger reasons for supporting detailed sentences, and it does not fully answer the prompt. Look at that closing sentence. I'm going to go eat cookie dough now. They're not even talking about the ice cream because they don't say ice cream. Also, we know we're not supposed to use I, and ice cream is better than popsicles. Does that have anything to do with the prompt of this paragraph? It's almost there, but not quite. For many different reasons, kids should be allowed to have their own cell phones. If all kids had their own cell phones, then their parents and grandparents could call them if there was an emergency or they needed to talk to them. Also, if the kids needed help from an adult or a ride, they could use their phones to call them. Well, I wish I had an iPhone. Having a flip phone that I can text and call would be better than having no phone at all. I know I would be happier if I had a phone. All kids should have cell phones for safety reasons. Okay, what do you think? Where does this rock and where does this stink? Well, it does successfully follow most of the rules and fulfills all our expectations. It's got formal academic writing for the most part and grammatically correct sentences with proper capitalization and punctuation. The topic sentence clearly states the claim. Supporting sentences add details and reasons to support the claim. However, it uses I, it misspells iPhone, and there's no closing sentence that wraps everything up. Also, when you use I, it lessens the power of your writing. So when they say, well, I wish I had an iPhone, having a flip phone would be better. I know I would be happier. That doesn't add support. You have to figure out a way not to use the word I in your writing. Okay, awesome. Now, my loves, you're going to put your skills to the test. First things first, you're going to identify parts of a paragraph. You're going to read a paragraph I've written. You're going to copy and paste each sentence into its corresponding box. Identify the topic sentence and copy it into the box. Identify the 3 detail supporting sentences and copy them into their box. That's a typo. I clearly didn't read this out ahead of time. I apologize. Find the closing sentence and copy it into the box. Right, and then you're going to, so that for that first part, all you're doing is copying and pasting 5 sentences. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You've got it. Then you're going to write a paragraph. You're going to write a paragraph that answers one of the following questions. Which is the best season? Or should schools require students to wear uniforms? Make sure to use all the things you've learned in these 2 lessons. Okay? I'll score you on the rubric in the document. You don't have to. That was it. You've got this. The rubric may help you with your writing if you look and see what things you're going to be graded on, but you don't have to touch it. Okay? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I love and miss you all so, so very much. I desperately wish we could be together. I love seeing your emails come into my inbox, asking questions, just saying hello. I love and miss you. Talk to you soon. Bye.